Good afternoon. Thank you for staying with us here on THV 11 Plus for Arkansas News Now. I'm Ashley King with meteorologist Nathan Scott talking about some changes in our weather forecast.
Good changes, though.
Okay, good.
In terms of what happens tomorrow, because we were expecting the chance of rain to move in tomorrow. Now it looks like it's going to hold off until primarily well after sunset. But no changes in the forecast for Valentine's Day. Yeah, we got lots of sunshine out there right now, but that's not going to be the view we're going to see out there for Saturday, as we still have that THV 11 weather impact alert in effect all day long. But I really think it's going to be for the afternoon into the evening hours of the worst weather, the heaviest of the rain, also the small chance there could be some strong storms mixed in. So we're going to keep that umbrella close by and have a plan for changing conditions. Today, though, enjoy. Take advantage of it. Temperatures right now, 55 in Little Rock, 57 in Conway, 60 in Monticello. Just a few high clouds passing their way through. Highs today, how about low to mid 60s, maybe 70 in Texarkana with all that sunshine. And then tonight we'll slide down into the mid to upper 30s from the metro off to the northeast. Probably low 40s down into South Arkansas. Tomorrow, temperatures will still be warm. But you see there, it says partly sunny skies. So primarily dry, small chance of rain later in the day. Rain chances, though, ramp up on Saturday. A full breakdown on what you can expect this weekend coming up.
Thank you, Nathan. At the state capitol, lawmakers, judges, and advocates are tackling a tough topic, reforming how children convicted of crimes are imprisoned in Arkansas. THV 11's Catherine Rowley breaks down what they discussed at a hearing Wednesday.
We have a school to pipeline crisis here in Arkansas where, testimony was given that 80% of the youth that are committed to the Division of Youth Services either are at or below third grade reading level.
For more than a decade, courts, commissions, and lawmakers have worked together to improve support for families and youth involved in the justice system.
We passed legislation to require that juvenile judges utilize a validated risk assessment. And so these validated risk assessments is known as our Savory tool. And these assessments, they don't only apply for just the child.
Circuit Judge Troy Braswell out of the 20th District explained that risk assessments like the Savory tool evaluate a juvenile's whole situation, not just one incident.
And so it's one thing to know what risk factors a kid may have in their life, but to me the bigger question is, once you know those things, what are you going to do about it? What programs and services do you have that are specifically aimed at helping that individual kid or family?
The purpose of that Savory tool is to make sure that kids receive the support they need at home and in their communities, instead of being in state custody. Representative Tara Shepard says that alongside that tool, reading levels remain a major concern with generational impacts.
Our children not being able to read will impact our economy. It will have an impact on our workforce system. It will have an impact on our prison system. And what we saw here today is that we have a school to prison pipeline when 80% of the youth that are in DYS custody cannot read at grade level. We need to focus on early intervention because what's happening is it's maturing into the juvenile justice system.
In Little Rock, Catherine Rowley, THV 11 News.
And there are more meetings that are in the works, but details on those are still not set in stone yet. And an update, 3 University of Arkansas faculty Senate leaders are weighing in on the state's 10 Commandments law. Act 573 requires the commandments be displayed in public school classrooms and libraries. In a letter addressed to all faculty, the leaders say the university is complying with state law, but does not endorse or promote any religious belief. The letter emphasizes the university's commitment to freedom of thought and respect for all viewpoints. It also urges faculty to follow campus policies and remember the displays are state property. Training is underway at UAMS to certify more doulas here in Arkansas. The system launched its doula training program last year in partnership with Ujima Maternity Network and Birthing Beyond. 25 doulas are enrolled in the latest class, with more of them from counties outside of the Little Rock Metro. The program now lasts 12 months instead of 6, something Ujima's executive director says will be more beneficial.
Women are not able to access hospitals, and we're losing hospitals with labor and delivery facilities in some of these smaller counties and towns. And so what can we do to make an impact? Part of our impact is training up birth coaches, birth doulas in those areas to really kind of be that ancillary support to say, no, this is medical necessity.
As we've reported before, Arkansas ranks near the bottom for maternal and infant health. Research shows incorporating doula support significantly improves birth outcomes. UCA's Student Government Association visited the Capitol Wednesday to learn how state government works. 28 students made the trip, and instead of just going for a traditional tour, they held a mock legislative committee meeting where students debated sample bills. They also got the chance to talk to lawmakers.
Being here at the Capitol today has really made me realize that Arkansas representatives, senators, these key actors, they really do appreciate student voices. They want to hear what you all have to say. So showing up and showing out is very crucial for our young individuals today. And
News after decades of leadership at one of Arkansas's most historic schools, a familiar face is preparing to step away. Central High School principal Nancy Russo is set to retire at the end of this school year. She made the announcement yesterday after spending more than 20 years leading Central High. Prior to her time as principal, she served as an assistant in 1991, later leaving the role in 1998 to become principal at Pulaski Heights Middle School before heading back. Congratulations to her. And February is American Heart Month to raise awareness about cardiovascular health. It has special meaning for a little boy who has a new heart after spending a year and a half in the hospital. Stephanie Stahl has his story.
11-year-old Colin Hummer reunited with Nettle, a facility dog at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Let me hold the leash.
Nettle was an important distraction and comfort for Colin and his family while he was at CHOP for 530 days, being treated for complicated congenital heart defects.
It's a lot of trauma, and it's scary.
Colin's mom, Joy, says there were a variety of difficult complications, and ultimately, he needed a heart transplant.
There was a period of time that he wasn't even eligible for a heart transplant because he was so sick. And those were some of the hardest days of my life.
Colin ended up with a mechanical heart waiting for the transplant and was kept busy at the hospital until the new heart was found in October.
How's it feel?
Good.
3 months after the transplant, his doctors are thrilled to see how well Colin is doing.
It's just an incredibly heartwarming and validating thing to see. We're very optimistic for lots of good news for him in the future.
You know, child life, the nurses, the staff just become part of your family.
When Colin was finally ready to leave CHOP's cardiac center, they had a send-off parade. Now adjusting to life with his new heart, Colin is focused on school and his passion.
I like to cook.
You like to cook? What's your favorite thing to make?
Well, tonight we're making artichoke crab dip.
He wants to be a chef when he grows up, looking forward to his second chance at life with a new heart. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And coming up after the break, we'll look at a group using dogs to comfort those in need. Welcome back. Life can get a little tedious for patients at a cancer center confined to a chair for hours while receiving treatment. But as Trevor Soshaki shows us, some patients have a furry little distraction.
Another day on the road for Luann Kelly and Laura Llewellyn.
I gotcha.
And Olive, of course. Their comfort dog.
Gotta go work.
Today's job site?
Olive with me.
The Weatherford Cancer Center.
How's your game going?
Okay.
I'm losing as usual.
Oh no! Oh, no.
Some places that we go, we're there for comfort and peace.
She seems so calm.
That's her job.
And some places we go, we're going to just bring joy.
The trio is part of the Lutheran Church Charities.
You're a sweet girl.
And their church, St. Paul Lutheran, owns Olive.
I mean, if we walk into a hospital room and say, hey, would you like to chat? They might be like, you know, maybe no.
That's sweetie.
But we walk in the room and have a beautiful golden retriever, and as they're petting that dog, they might just start to talk.
And boy, did the patients start talking today.
And,
This is your work face.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes you feel really good because she's so sweet. You just want to get her up in your lap and hold her like she's a lap dog.
You've been waiting so patiently.
She's fun, she's lovable, she's furry. That's what I like, the fur.
As the medicine drips, Olive is a reprieve from boredom.
And when y'all bring the dogs in, that helps even more, so it makes it fun.
A fun way to forget where you are for a second.
That just a beautiful dog who's not going to judge and not going to give advice, but it's just going to give you pure joy and love and compassion.
Olive doesn't forget about the staff either.
How's your day going?
Not too bad. You are a movie star today, aren't you, baby?
The places that we go, the people we see, some are in tough life situations. They just are.
But if Olive can bring even a little joy,
But she'll probably leave a little bit of golden fur on you.
she's done her job well.
I just think Olive has this, somebody mentioned her soulful eyes.
I like just looking at you.
And I just think that when she is on and connected to a person, which she does well, there's something going on that I don't understand.
But Olive does, in Weatherford. Trevor Sahaki, CBS News, Texas.
Oh, she is beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Pets make a huge difference.
They really do.
They have a sense of knowing what's wrong. I mean, even when I have a bad day, you know, my cat's right there to give me some hope and joy. But in a situation like that, I mean, that could make a huge difference
It
in
helps those
how
that
they're
are
feeling.
getting those treatments kind of forget about what they're doing right then and just love on those puppies. Love that.
Absolutely. Well, maybe if you're taking Fido out for the walk this afternoon, great weather tomorrow, also looking really nice. But then, unfortunately, the best chance of rain that we have for the next 7 days is going to be happening on Valentine's Day. So we've been telling you it's going to go sour for February 14th here in the Natural State. Here's the latest flood risk issued by the Weather Prediction Center, and it places a large part of the state under a slight risk of flooding, minor flooding. Those typical trouble spots, poor drainage areas, low-lying areas, smaller creeks and streams will all have that potential of seeing some minor flooding concerns. Projected rainfall, two different weather models. European paints out, for the most part, easily 1 to 2 inches. The GFS is more aggressive, showing higher totals. So generally across central Arkansas, I think the totals will range from 1 to as much as 3 inches in some locations. Next system is taking shape out into the southwestern part of the country right now. It'll be developing a surface low pressure. This is going to slide its way just down to our south. So with that path expected, that primarily keeps the chance of severe weather into Louisiana and Mississippi. However, we could still see 1 or 2 strong storms here in parts of Arkansas, especially southwest and south Arkansas. This is new information from the Storm Prediction Center, and it's painted us under a level 1 out of 5. So it's the lowest level on the legend here, and primarily 1 or 2 storms may try to produce some hail and also maybe some winds of 50 to 65 miles per hour. Primarily, this is going to be rain with some thunderstorms embedded. The tornado risk is very, very low, and that's because we don't have any surface convection expected. And you need that for tornadoes to happen. That's going to stay down into Louisiana, I'm thinking. 3-day forecast, 65, increasing clouds on Friday. I think the rain holds off until later in the day, most likely after sunset. Saturday, weather impact alert, 63, with a good chance of rain and thunder, especially going into the afternoon and evening hours. And Sunday, still the opportunity, there could be some rain in the morning before we start to see things dry out later in the morning through the afternoon. 2 different models here, high resolution, Valentine's Day morning around 7 o'clock. A large part of the state is still on the dry side. The herd doesn't go out as far as the graph right now, so we're going to go ahead and show you the graph, our in-house model, which shows the rain building its way in through Friday evening, Friday night. Here's Valentine's Day morning. Primarily, it's going to be in North Arkansas, and then we'll have to watch out what happens in Oklahoma and Northeast Texas because that'll be our cold front advancing in here from the west. I think this is too fast. I think the worst weather that we're going to see here in central Arkansas in terms of heavy rain and potential storms will be happening for your dinner plans. So expect impacts for those plans on Valentine's Day evening into the nighttime hours. There's the European showing a slower trend with this system, and then it's out of here getting into later Sunday morning. And Sunday afternoon, sunshine should return and temperatures pleasant into the 60s. 40 tonight, a chilly night. Some locations will drop down into the 30s. 65 tomorrow, partly sunny. Best chance of rain once again holds off until later in the day and through tomorrow night. Rain, thunder expected on Saturday with that weather impact alert. Next week, though, really nice. Those daffodils will continue to grow. I've seen pictures of daffodils already blooming. And with temperatures into the 70s, we're going to see more of that happen across central Arkansas.
Thank you, Nathan. And tributes are pouring in for beloved actor James Van Der Beek, who died Wednesday after a fight with colorectal cancer. He was 48 years old. Van Der Beek was best known for starring as Dawson Leary in the teen coming-of-age drama Dawson's Creek. His wife, Kimberly, wrote he met his final days with courage, faith, and grace. Vladimir Dutier reports.
He played the boy next door.
Hi, I'm Dawson.
You're Dawson.
For 6 seasons, a blonde-haired, starry-eyed James Van Der Beek stole the hearts of millions as aspiring filmmaker Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek.
Your emerging hormones aren't developing a thing for me, are they?
A thing?
Dawson's best friends turned lovers.
All right, just go. Go.
Turned friends again. Storyline with Joey Potter, played by Katie Holmes, captivated the audience.
I'm sitting here with my best friend in the world, and my palms are sweating.
It was a role that launched him into the spotlight.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
With another star turn as quarterback and team leader Mox in Varsity Blues.
Let's be heroes.
In 2024, Van Der Beek revealed he had colorectal cancer.
This year, I had to look my own mortality in the eye. I had to come nose to nose with death.
The illness kept him from a Dawson's Creek reunion last September, which also helped raise money for cancer.
I wanted to stand on that stage and thank every single person in this theater.
Despite Van Der Beek's fame, he said acting came second to his wife Kimberly and their 6 children.
When I was younger, I used to define myself as an actor, right? Which was never really all that fulfilling. And then I became a husband, and that was much better. And then I became a father, and that was the ultimate.
Vladimir Dutier, CBS News, New York.
Even astronauts can struggle to stay in shape. Yeah, check this out. Researchers are developing robotic space pants to help crews move more naturally and maintain muscle mass on missions. The soft exosuit uses inflatable artificial muscles to reduce fatigue and improve flexibility inside bulky spacesuits.
What the suit does is it helps with their knee extension and also with their ankle mobility, because those 2 joints are the ones that are most affected from wearing a heavy, big spacesuit.
British scientists say the tech could also help people here on Earth, supporting rehabilitation, making exercise easier, or helping with everyday movement. That's pretty interesting. All right, so Nathan, you want to share the
I'll just
screen
talk
with
over
me?
the graphics.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we've got increasing clouds, primarily dry on your Friday. So if you can change dinner plans for Friday, that's probably the best idea, because Valentine's Day, especially for the afternoon into the evening hours, I do expect a line of heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms mixed in. Severe weather threat, it's low, but there could be a gust of wind, maybe some small hail. Of course, we'll update you on that situation with that weather impact alert for Valentine's Day. Sunday, primarily dry, and then next week looks really, really nice.
Yeah, next week does look good. You
Unfortunately,
said that
we
flowers
need that weather for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and flowers are starting to bloom.
Yeah, I'm getting pictures. Daffodils blooming.
It seems a little early.
It is. Well, we've seen some warm weather out there.
Yeah, we have. Well, thank you for joining us for Arkansas News Now. Have a great day.